lifestyle diseases have become the order of the day. This has seen many people turn into healthy eating with the hope of living a disease-free life. It has also led to the increase of the superfoods, also known as foods that heal. With me is Rosemary, who is going to enlighten us more on this. Karibu sana, Rosemary. Please tell us more about yourself.
Thank you, Jerusha. I'm glad to be with you today. Like you said, I'm Rosemary, and by training, I'm a social worker, concentrating in child development and family studies, but with a bias towards family health. And I do my practice through a ministry that I've started, the Garden of Shefa Lifestyle. For your information, Shefa means abundance. It's actually the Greek word for abundance.
Okay.
Yes, and I do my practice by two, I can say I have two hands. Like you can see here, I have books and I have products.
Yes.
So at the Garden of Shefa, what we do is we promote family literature that specializes in health, spiritual, family issues. But majorly for this, we have health books like you can see, and healthy products.
What motivates you?
I would say mine is a calling. I have a burden for people, and I feel hurt when I see people suffering because of lack of knowledge. Like the Bible says that God says my people perish because of lack of knowledge. God has given me the knowledge, and I also, actually as a hobby, I'm passionate about books. I read, and as I practice and I meet people, I see so much suffering, and that burden is in me.
Everyone is going into this direction. Does it mean that this has replaced the conventional medicines or what? Are people still going to the hospital really?
There are foods that we call them superfoods because they have a lot of healing properties. And I would say this, we don't tell people not to go to hospital. People go to hospital. But let me tell you something that even doctors will confirm to you. Drugs do not heal. Healing is in the body. That is, God created us with bodies that have healing. Yeah? Drugs will kill bacteria and viruses and all that. They will relieve pain, and they will enhance or maybe change the way the body works, chemistry of the body that it works.
Yes.
But the healing is from the body itself. So how do you help the body to get healed? Yes. You must feed the body with the right food. Now, the issue is this. Many people have been taking polished foods, refined foods, that do not have all the nutrients that are needed. That is minerals, vitamins, and the fiber and all that. So now the increased awareness of these foods, it's actually it's like natural supplements. They give you what you need, like the omega fats, the minerals, and the vitamins that are needed so that the body can be able now to heal itself. So actually, we don't encourage people to stop taking medicine. Go for medication, yes, but you must eat right.
I see we have a lot of products here. And if I'm not wrong, this is hibiscus, right? Mm-hmm. This hibiscus has become so common. Everyone is taking hibiscus. What are the health benefits of this?
Maybe many people have not known what hibiscus is. Here is a product, hibiscus, which actually is a flower. I have some dried flowers here to show how it looks. And what we have here, hibiscus powder, is actually ground petals of this flower. Originally, it is from the Caribbean, especially Jamaica. They call it sorrel there. They take it as a sweet drink, either cold or hot. But in Kenya, it has come recently. It's a flower that actually, you can see the seeds here. You plant, and it takes around 2.5 months to flower. Research has shown us that it is actually anti-cancerous. There's a researcher from the Caribbean Union University who is called Professor Paul Gale, who researched about hibiscus and realized that it is actually anti-cancerous, especially breast cancer and prostate cancer, because it regulates estrogen, which is the major cause of those cancers. Interesting enough, it is also hypotensive. Hypotensive means it lowers blood pressure. Okay. It also burns fats, especially fats around the liver. So it actually helps with liver health. It cleans the kidneys because it's diuretic. Diuretic means it's product or foods that make you clean your kidneys. That is, you go to the, you urinate more more and more. And then at the same time, it is a sweet drink.
Someone would ask, okay, so how do you use it?
Yeah, if you are using it as a normal beverage, you can actually use it as a substitute, like the way you use Milo, Cadbury chocolate, or that. It's actually a good healthy substitute. Or you can mix it with other herbs like ginger, moringa, or even rosemary, and then you sweeten it. You can also use in smoothies, and especially those who would want to flatten their tummies. It is very good. You make a smoothie where you can put chia, hibiscus, pawpaws, and pineapple. That will help you to flatten your tummy. Yes.
Especially nowadays, everyone wants a flat tummy. So
it is actually healthy because research has also shown that fat around the tummy, you have increased chances of getting diabetes and even heart diseases, and of course even cancer. Actually, obesity is one of the major causes of even cancer, yes.
Yeah. The chia seeds, do they really help lose weight?
Wow. Everyone is talking about chia seeds.
Everyone is talking about chia seeds, by the way.
Everyone is carrying chia seeds everywhere in water.
Yes.
This is an interesting seed. The testimonies that come forth from the use of this, you can't believe it. They are awesome. I have personally used it, and I wish I had time to share, but it works. I would call it a miracle seed. Chia is very rich. One, what makes it work most, it is very rich in what we call soluble fiber. Yeah. Soluble fiber, foods that are soluble in fiber, is when you dissolve them in water, they actually release something gelatinous. So it's a little bit slimy. But that is the fiber. And chia is 24% soluble fiber. It is also very rich in calcium. And calcium is one of the major components of the body, actually the 5th component of our body. Yes. So calcium is very key to balancing metabolism, and especially blood pressure. And also, it is rich in omega-3 fats. And like you know, omega-3 fats are the ones that are used for making the cell membrane, protecting the cell membrane so that the DNA is not attacked. And actually, cancer, it actually comes when the DNA of a cell is attacked by, we call them carcinogenic whatever factors, and then it gets mutated. So you can see chia has a lot of others, also nutrients like selenium, magnesium, zinc, potassium. So it also helps in protecting the heart. It has proteins. It also increases blood, whatever. So chia is a superfood. And maybe you ask me how.
Exactly. How do we use it? I see people carrying water bottles. Everyone is just with chia seeds in the streets.
I would say that is the simplest way, just dissolving in water. But the most effective way of using chia, and this is what I recommend my clients and whoever I meet, it is to grind chia. This is a grinder. A grinder actually comes with the blender. Yes, so what I have inside here is flax powder, but it works the same way. So you take chia, at least 1 tablespoon a day. But if you have a condition that you want to deal with immediately, like blood pressure or diabetes, then you can use 2 tablespoons a day. But that means you have to use a lot of water because it takes a lot of water from them. So what you do, you take a tablespoon, you grind it into powder. And the best way to do it, because if you just dissolve it in water, it may become a bit slimy, and some people don't like that slimy taste. So you can use it to make a smoothie. A smoothie is when you get several things and you grind them together, as opposed to a juicer where you squeeze. So you take chia, you can put carrots, you can put some cabbage, or whatever other vegetables you can, and you make a smoothie and you take. And it's very effective. And especially if you take it on an empty stomach. Okay. But once you take chia, first of all, you must soak it before using it.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Because there are people who soak it overnight, actually.
That is the best way to use it. You soak it overnight so that in the morning, it has absorbed. Actually, it absorbs up to 10 to 15 times water. And it actually swells. And then you blend it. Okay. And if you want to use it the way it is, especially for weight loss, you just soak, blend it, add some lemon, and you take it. But make sure, again, after you've taken, you drink a lot of water.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there's charcoal. Is this also a superfood?
Well, charcoal.
It's really common, by the way, but I know it's not a part of the superfoods.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is not a food.
Yes.
But actually, this is charcoal from eucalyptus tree. Okay. And you can use charcoal not only from eucalyptus, but any hardwood, like the oak and other hardwoods, or even coconut shell. But this particular one, we usually have from the eucalyptus. And why the increase of awareness of charcoal? It's because there are a lot of infections of late.
Yes.
The environment is so polluted. The air, the water, the foods have a lot of toxins. So charcoal becomes very handy, and especially in food poisoning.
Yes.
It is an absorber. So it absorbs any toxins, any bacteria, any virus, anything that is antibody. Not antibody in the sense of the protection, but anything that affects the health that is not good, it actually absorbs. And what does it do? It sticks in the colon. So when you go to the washroom, then you push it out. So that means once you use charcoal, then you must drink a lot of water and eat a lot of fiber so that it can be pushed out. Okay. Yes.
For me, actually, I really have a problem with taking charcoal, especially when I have stomachache. Someone gives me charcoal, I'll be like, no. First, the taste, the color. So for kids, how would you give them?
There's no shortcut. I would say the only way to use, the best way is to dissolve it in water. That is...
you really have to stir till it dissolves completely. Can it really dissolve completely?
It's not so much. You'll have very little sediment left.
Yes.
Yeah, but that water, even if you sieve it, still it has absorbed, and you can give to a child. Or you can mix with some olive oil, and you give the child. And they can take. But allow me to say that charcoal is not only taken internally, it's also used externally. You can actually use it for beauty.
Oh, okay.
That's
new.
You take charcoal, you mix with natural honey. We have honey here. This is very natural honey, as you can see. Yeah. You make a paste, and you make a face mask for 1 hour. Okay. Of course, you'll feel itchy, you feel the toxins coming out, but you keep on scrubbing, and you can do it twice in a month, and especially those who have acne, it works. Any infections on the body, it can also be used for brushing your teeth, for whitening.
To whiten, yeah.
And also if you have tooth cavity or even gum infections, you can use it. If you have a tumor or a swelling, you can actually use it. And what you do is you take charcoal.
Is it the same with activated charcoal?
This is the
activated charcoal.
Yes, it is the activated charcoal.
Is it the same with the other charcoal?
Which charcoal?
The one you just get from Maca. Is it the same? Because people confuse these things, Okay,
let me say what...
Why is it called activated?
Let me tell you what activation means. This is normal charcoal that has been made the normal way. Charcoal, the way you put trees and you reduce oxygen and all that. But after you clean it, and what you do it, you take, you break it into coarse pieces, not very fine. Then you put it in a pot, especially like the African pot, and you cover it, and you heat it for 20 to 30 minutes. That is called activation. And then you grind it into powder. What does activation, do? When you are activating, it means you are drying it completely. You are removing any water remaining on the charcoal, because actually it's water that makes the bacteria to grow and everything. Then you kill all the bacteria that might be on top. And on top of that, you also increase the surface area of absorption, because this is carbon. Charcoal is carbon, and carbon it boards. So you're increasing area of boarding and absorbing. Yes. Like I was telling you, I think before we finish, is that you can also use it externally by making poties. What is a poties? A poties is a paste. You make a paste from charcoal, and you can mix it with flaxseed. Okay. Flaxseed, the reason why you mix with flaxseed is so that it doesn't dry up, to maintain that wetness. Okay. So you make a paste, and you get a flannel, a white clean flannel, and then you put the pastes somewhere on top, like here. Then you fold again. You place it on either the tumor or where you want, or if it's joint knees, actually, even when you have arthritis, you can place it on that. Then on top of this, again, you cover with a plastic to maintain that wetness.
Okay. And someone would ask, where are you getting all this information?
Yes. Maybe you are asking, are you cooking all this?
You're cooking all this? I mean, who are you?
Yes. Like I told you, by training, I'm a social worker with inclination to family health. And like I told you, I serve through literature and the products as a health lifestyle educator. So all these books you see here, they have a lot of information. Yeah. I read them. And then again, through practice, as I help people, I see what works. So I do a lot of resourcing. I read a lot. Now, not only these books alone, but many. And one of the books that I also would recommend, because anyone willing to get a copy, they are available. You can actually call, we can deliver. Okay. And I would recommend this book to every family, Healthy Juices. This Healthy Juices has many recipes that manage all types of conditions. Yeah. From diabetes to blood pressure to gastritis to even infertility.
Okay, what about H. pylori?
It is.
Really?
Yes. And actually, charcoal is one of the ingredients that help to deal with H. pylori. Yes, and anyone willing to pay us a visit, you can find us at Ongatarungai, Shefa Square, which is in between Olerai Stage and Think Twice. Room B5. Okay.
Lastly,
yes,
what's your satisfaction in all these?
Wow, that's a question. And actually, many people have asked me, what keeps you going? Is it that you get a lot of money or what happens? But allow me to say, anytime I get a testimony of a life impacted, a life changed, it gives me joy.
Even if it's just one person.
It gives me joy, that keeps me going. I would say that's my steroid. That's what keeps me going.
Thank you so much for coming, for sharing all this knowledge with us. And Rosemary, I know you've actually blessed someone right now that is watching.
Amen.
To the viewers, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and you can just leave a comment. Bye-bye.